By the time the critters reached the clearing, the sky was turning the color of old ashes. They built a small fire beneath a crooked pine tree, its branches stretching like fingers overhead. The flames crackled low, casting flickers of orange light across their faces. Nobody laughed. Nobody joked. They sat in a tight circle, listening to the wind sift through the trees, waiting for whatever came next. Brer poked the fire with a stick, but even that sounded too loud in the stillness. Brer Fox glanced into the woods, his tail twitching. "Y'all reckon she's already watching us?" he whispered. Brer Wolf didn't answer. He just nodded once, slow. Then, just as the fire settled into a soft glow, a shiver ran through the clearing. It wasn't wind exactly, more like the forest itself had exhaled. Every critter felt it. "That's her," murmured Brer. "She know we here." No one moved. They just looked into the dark, where the trees stood thicker than they had before. Then they heard it, a rustle, a shift, like cloth moving over bark. Aunt Nancy stepped out from behind the trees, her long cloak trailing behind her like smoke. She walked slow and sure and sat herself down on a pine stump right outside the fire's reach. Her eyes, red as coals, scanned the group. "I hope all of you is here," she said, "and I expect you is. But I'm gonna count and call the roll." With every nod of her head, her glowing eyes fixed on one animal, and each one ducked like her gaze had weight. When she finished counting, she leaned back and said, "I done counted, and if there ain't one of you missing, I'm mighty much mistooken." Behind her, just past the edge of the trees, the fog started to part. A shape loomed there, tall and hazy, shifting like smoke in a jar. That was her house. It looked less like a home, and more like a piece of the sky had dropped down and got tangled in branches. Brer Fox cleared his throat and said, "Reckon it's just Brer Rabbit what didn't come."